So it's important to note here that so this distinction is that we have this started and completed. Now, this 2,500 number, we could get that from, there are two ways of getting that. One would be taking the units started and subtracting the ending inventory, so 3,000 minus 500. There were 3,000 started and 500 not finished. Or what we did here is completed and transferred out 2,600 minus 100. But basically, whatever approach you're more comfortable with, that's going to get to that number. But really, we want to make sure that we have 2,600 have been completed, 100 were completed from the beginning inventory, and then the remainder were started in this period and finished in this period. Now, when you note that the equivalent units are a little bit lower here, and the reason is that we're going to be, when we're doing the allocation, we're doing the allocation only for the units that were being included in this in terms of production this period. And so in other words, when we're dealing with the costs and we have some costs in beginning inventory, we're going to assume those costs are going to be moving forward, but those costs are not part of the current production and therefore shouldn't be part of the calculation. So that when we get into steps 3 and 4, well, step 3, these costs are going to be the same. So we'll go back here and say step 3, total cost to account for, or cost to account for, are the same. But when we do the allocation under step 4, this is where we're going to be getting a little bit different results here. We use the costs incurred during the period, during the current period. That's what we're trying to be allocating here. So basically what we want to do then is we want to take, and I think we could just, when we're doing the allocation, we're just going to take this and copy this over. And I guess from a beautification standpoint, we can move these over as well, so that when we do the calculation of cost per equivalent unit, we just will take the 30,000 of direct materials cost during this period and divide by 2645, the equivalent units under FIFO. So per equivalent unit of direct materials. And similarly, we'll take the 33,000 and divide that by 2660. So that's per equivalent unit of conversion costs. So we are not using this line for beginning inventory in the equivalent unit calculation and then the allocation, but of course we will be using that when we assign costs to units in step 5. It'll just be done in a more direct way.